Good evening, everyone. Give me a second to bring up the radar and we'll get started. Well, Radar Omega is not wanting to cooperate tonight. So let me just kind of tell you what's going on. Uh, the northern half of Denton County uh, is currently under a severe thunderstorm warning. And let me pull it out at 7:41. So 2 minutes ago, a severe thunderstorm was located along a line extending from Collinsville to Pilot Point to near Krugerville, and it's moving east at 35 miles an hour. Uh, Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, sidings, and trees. And some of the locations include Frisco, Denton, Sanger, Prosper, Salina, Crum, Pilot Point, Aubrey, Krugerville, Collinsville, Crossroads, Gunter, Dorchester, Ray Roberts Park, Isla Dubois, Ray Roberts Park, Johnson Branch, Lake Kiowa, Tioga, Roadrunner, Lincoln Park, and Ethel. And this goes until 8 o'clock. And so, looking at radar, the the line, the polygon doesn't include Sanger, but again, the text of the warning does include Sanger. So it does include Sanger, the city of Denton, Crum, uh, over to Crossroads, just north of Little M, and then Krugerville, Aubrey, and Pilot Point is in this warning. And then the warning goes over to Collin County to include Prosper over to Weston. Let me try to bring up the radar one more time. Okay, here we go. I think this should get it for us. Okay. A reader puts that the lightning is insane. If you could tell us where you're at, a reader. Fox Lover, nothing in Flower Mound. Uh, is live chat not working? Well, a reader and Fox Lover are both. You know what? I had an issue connecting to Facebook just a few minutes ago, so maybe Facebook's not a. Well, I mean, Candy, you got. I'm seeing your question is live chat not working, so it must be working. Um, so, anyways, you can tell on your screen uh, the heaviest rain currently. Let's zoom in a little bit closer for you. Uh, the city of Denton is getting moderate rainfall all the way from the north loop to the south loop, and then it extends all the way up to close to Sanger, and then it's about to 377 going up from Crossroads to Krugerville, Aubrey, and Sanger. Um, and I hate beating a dead horse, but had had my team had access to National Weather Service Chat 2.0, we would have got about a minute advance on the warning being issued, so we could have been on air when the warning was issued. Now, at the mercy of either looking at radar or my phone. Um, thank you, James. Says it's working. Joanne, wind and strong winds. Again, if y'all could put where you're at, that would I would appreciate it. Thank you, Candy. Good evening, Stephen. Winds in Little Elm. I know here in Corinth, uh, I hear the wind really howling. Oh, I bet the temperature did drop. I was in Little Elm. Oh gosh, I think I came through there at between 5:30 and 6, and my car thermometer said 54 degrees, uh, which that's a hot day for October 4th. Let's check radar for see what's happening with the hail cores. Whoa, better back out here so y'all can see this. Um, City of Denton could be getting some dime size hail north of the loop. Uh, this color here, I don't think the hail is getting to the ground. Some of it could be, some of it could be slipping through to the ground level. But wow, look up here, uh, just south of Pilot Point. Um, and then all the way down to just north of Aubrey. So if you're traveling 377 between Aubrey and Pilot Point, you could get some quarter size hail. And then there's some nickel size hail that is extending this larger hail. So we need the rain, no doubt about it, but we sure don't need any hail. Think you, Shannon, Aubrey's getting drenched? Strong wind in Denton and Corinth. Yeah, I'll second that Corinth part. Uh, Ellen, I'm not sure where Idiot's Hill is. I've lived here for a long time, but I don't know where Idiot's Hill is. Oh yeah, Melissa, you're right. 380 has so much construction, and they have the barrels, and then even a small portion of it just have those lightweight traffic cones. So I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, if those are just blowing. Oh, okay, okay. I know where. Okay, yeah, we're by TWU. Heavy rain, no hail at 288 and Kings Row. I do know where that is. Windy and just stopped raining in Sanger. Should we expect? Sorry, so many chats coming in. I'm losing. I'm hoping the severe thunderstorms will be over once this moves out. The actual cold front is going to be coming in behind this, and last time that I looked, I think it was going to be a beautiful Thursday and Friday. I definitely believe Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going to be really beautiful. Yeah, lightning starting to pop up north of the loop, just north of Mingo, to the east of FM 428. Uh, Now the heavy rains extending from Pilot Point to just north of Aubrey over to Mustang, Spring Hill, Parvin. Gosh, it seems like every time I load radar Omega, I get a new name. Um, and then there's another moderate rain band that stretches from the east side of the city of Denton right along 380 to include Crossroads, Lincoln Park, Providence Village, Savannah, in that area. Wow. If you look at all the rain that's out west of us. Um, I know you probably hear me talking about gust fronts from time to time. And what that is that's a line of gusty winds that flow out from the complex of storms. And so look at this right here. This is a typical gust front, only it's showing up on radar much better than most. And you can see there's starting to be some rain embedded with this. And this is, uh, gusty winds. I would say between 30 and 40. They're not severe winds, but you definitely know when they come through your neighborhood. And it looks like a warning for Parker County into Wise County. Doesn't include the city of Decatur, but it does include Bridgeport. Um, so this severe thunderstorm watch for the northern part of Denton County goes until 8 o'clock. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-inch hail. Donna reports she lives off of 380 just west of the lake. 55-mile-per-hour wind gust. All of our neighbors' furniture and grill now in their pool. And then Shannon is reporting the wind was so heavy it picked up pebbles from the construction. It was hitting my car on the way home on 720. Thought it was hell for a second. Wow, that's some strong winds to pick up pebbles and rocks and pound on your car. Brenda reports lots of lightning in Selena, wind picking up. Let's see if there's any circulation in these storms. We'll change over to the high velocity. Okay, the radar just refreshed. There's some very loose rotation that's north of Mango and 380 between Green Valley and then just to the west of Krugerville. And then a little bit tighter rotation north of Aubrey. Colors going away from the radar and into the radar. Um, but nothing that's ominous. Just okay. Warning was just issued. Severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Denton County and Collin County until 9 o'clock. At 7:55, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 6 miles east of Pilot Point to Crossroads, moving east at 35, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail. Some of the locations impacted include Plano, McKinney, Frisco, Denton, Allen, Wiley, the Colony, Corinth, Lake Dallas, Lake Louisville, Little Elm, Prosper, Anna, Fairview, Princeton, Salina, Lucas, Melissa, Pilot Point, and Parker. So that's a lot of people in Denton County that's going to be affected by this severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 9 o'clock tonight. It's nice to see all this rain on the radar. We don't, like I said, we don't need the hail. We don't need the damaging winds. We definitely need the rain from it. Severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for the northern half of North Texas, including Denton County, until 10 o'clock tonight. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate it. Stephen reports heavy rain and wind in South Paloma and Little Elm. Teresa, I'm off Loop 288 and 380 in Denton. Our electricity went out about 20 minutes, still out. The wind was so strong it knocked our grill over right before the electricity went out. Yeah, strong winds will definitely blow down some power lines. Wow, another gust of wind just came through Corinth here. And the Lake Cities is under this new severe thunderstorm warning until 9 o'clock. We'll zoom in just to Denton County to see what's happening. And this is different size hail, 2.5 inch. And again, it's radar estimated 2.5 inch to the east of Prosper. Yeah, between Pilot Point and Aubrey had 2.2, 2.5, 1.5, 1.7 inch hail. Looks like the city of Pilot Point possibly had 1.7 inch hail. And then over here between Sanger and Pilot Point, right along the road that goes, I think it's 455 that goes over the dam at Lake Ray Roberts. Looks like they had 3 inch hail just barely off of the road there, and then 3.7. I think that's the largest number I've seen. Uh, just windy in Flower Mound. Rain pretty good in Crum. Good deal. Nita reports no hail in northeast Denton. Good deal. Well, I hope you got some decent rain in 10 minutes, Nita. You're not kidding, Stephen. We really need the rain. I'm sure we've had 94, 95 degrees in the first week of October. I just don't remember it, but it just seems like this has been a long summer, a long, hot summer. And at least if it rains once or twice a month, in June, July, August, it makes the heat a little bit more bearable. And then, September is usually a good month for some rains because, high school, college football has started, and it just seems like. And we did have some games a couple of weeks ago that was delayed or postponed to the following day because of lightning. So, but yeah, it was an awful hot day. Leonard says lots of rains here in Denton. Looks like this first batch is almost cleared the South Loop. And then you can see back central Wise County, there's rain moving into the western parts of Denton County. So folks in Crum down to Justin, Roanoke, you may be affected by these. And of course, seems like Sanger always gets heavy rain. we're going to leave our radar up and I know I speak for all of our team is we don't like asking for help. I mean, most people don't. But what's happening with us and the National Weather Service is just, to me, it's an all-out war because uh, back in 2011, we were asked by the meteorologists in charge of the Fort Worth office to join the chat, and at that time, I think we had 600, 700 followers on our Facebook page. And he explained it to me. So I said, sure. And since 2011, I've made one comment in the chat group, and someone that was doing this for us a few years ago asked a question. And that's what it's there for. It's to ask and answer questions, report storm reports, hail size, wind gust, and all that. And so they redid it, and the chat needed redone because people would get kicked off. Um, it wouldn't be anything surprising to on a day in April or May that the chat room in Fort Worth or Norman, if there was a slight risk area of severe weather, all the way up to a high risk day. I mean, you'd have 300, 400, 500 people in the chat room. And so it was kicking people out. And they had a chat monitor to where you could just monitor what was being said in the chat room and not a participant. And that's how we did it 99% of the time. And so they moved to this newer system, and they sent me the application to fill in, filled it in with the same information that we used back in 2011. And a few days later, got a denial email, said we don't qualify. Well, I've had somebody send screenshots that's in the chat. They're with a DFW media organization, a television station. I won't say who or what station they work at because I'm sure they'll get kicked out for helping us. And this person sent us screenshots with Texas Storm Chaser David Reimer, and he's in there as a educator, which is just a joke. And then DFW Scanner, the gentleman that started that, he's in there. And then I think it was late Sunday, had somebody send in a screenshot of a gentleman over in East Texas who was a TV meteorologist, and he quit to become a realtor. Well, he's got access in Chat 2.0. So again, and David Reimer, all he ever reported was just what people tweeted to him. Well, that's not really a storm chaser, if you ask me. But hey, to each their own. So that's why we've been sending out people's name. Oh, and the person that denied us, the he's a meteorologist in Des Moines, Iowa. He has no clue about what goes on in Denton County, and uh, and then I was really disappointed in the Fort Worth weather office because I thought we had a good relationship with the people over there. We've never said a bad word about them. We've always supported them, which has come to an end. Um, I'm no longer going to support a group that doesn't want us to be part of. But this will have effect. Like I said, I had to wait for a warning to come out on my phone before I went live. Whereas in the past, if I knew we were under a severe thunderstorm watch, uh, I would be looking at what was being said in chat, and they would announce that a severe thunderstorm warning was about to be issued for Denton County. Well, it would give me enough time to jump on and have the information ready to go to deliver to you guys. So it's definitely going to cause a delay factor, which I think we all know with severe weather, timing is everything, and we got to give as much time for warnings as possible. And so, not being able to access the chat system is really going to affect the weather, because let's face it, Dallas Fort Worth is the number one priority for the television stations and radio stations in Dallas and Fort Worth. And I don't blame them. I mean, that's the highest population counties, and so that's what they focus on. Now, sure, a tornado warning for Denton County, that's going to get their attention. But for just something like tonight, I mean, they're going to mention it and they're going to scroll it across their screen, but they're not going to go in depth like we do. They're not going to provide, live radar like we do. And so, yeah. So if you could go back and look at what we posted the last couple of days, a couple of people's names and their phone numbers. And today, before I left to go to my full time job, I forgot to include their email address, but I went back in and corrected that. Send an email to them, uh, call them, leave them a message, tell them that, Denton County is important. And we have been in contact with Congressman Burgess's office because he's a follower on one of our platforms. And then we also reached out to Senator Cruz and Senator Cornyn's office. We haven't heard back on Senator Cornyn, but we got a message today from Senator Cruz's office. So when I returned it, uh, he's had some issues with NOAA, and NOAA is the governing body over the National Weather Service, and the Department of Commerce is over NOAA. And one of Ted Cruz's office people told me that the senator has identified the Department of Commerce as one of those cabinet departments that we don't need to be spending money on. And maybe that's the truth. Maybe we don't need the Department of Commerce. Let's just, have NOAA, and NOAA can, report to either the Department of Homeland Security or, some other place. But we don't need a Department of Commerce to oversee NOAA. But it's typical, uh, people, some people, not all people, some people that work for the US government, they forget who the customers are, and that's the taxpayers. And again, that's not everyone, but these two people, Bradley Small from Des Moines, Iowa, and Jennifer Dunn at Fort Worth, those are the two that has emailed me and said, sorry, you don't qualify. And when I ask them about the other people that are on there, they say, well, they must have went through another office and did an end around. Well, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be dishonest and apply for and say that we're a small radio station in Timbuktu, Alaska, and so please give us chat access, because once you have chat access, you can join any of the National Weather Service offices around the country. So, and again, I'm not naive. I know people that have said, Norman and Fort Worth is really hard about getting. And again, the only reason we got chat in the first place was because we were invited by the meteorologist in charge at the Fort Worth National Weather Service back in 2011. We didn't go out searching for it. I didn't even know about it until this gentleman sent us an email, and we filled out the application and it was approved. And now, we filled out the application. Our social media platforms have, I mean, went from a couple of hundred to now we have 40,000 plus on our Facebook page. We have over 15,000 on our group page. We have over 7,000 Twitter or X, formerly known as Twitter, followers, and we've got 1,200 Instagram followers. And when it comes to Instagram, oh, and 1,300 YouTube subscribers. So, I mean, we're not some rinky dink, place that has 1,000 people. We have several thousand people that we deliver the weather for. So, but I'm going to get off my soapbox. I hope everyone stays safe this evening, and keep our fingers crossed that all of us in Denton County and North Texas can get some much needed rain. But let's just not hold off. Let's hold off on the hail and the damaging winds.